Hey, Dr. Barry here. In this video, I want to talk to you about what causes fatty liver. I think that more and more you're hearing about fatty liver in the news media and on videos like this on Facebook pages because quickly we're becoming very aware of how bad having fat deposited in your liver is for you. Some doctors have known this for years. Other doctors are just now waking up to this fact. So you need to know about this. Now, before I get started, please take 1 second and click that subscribe button, and that helps you get notification when I have the next bright idea. Okay? So let's talk about fatty liver. Some of you may have heard of a delicacy you can get in a really nice restaurant called foie gras. This is the ground up fatty liver of a goose. Now, this has been a delicacy in human cuisine for hundreds and hundreds of years. People have been loving this stuff, and I've tried it. It's pretty darn good. I feel bad for the goose a little bit, but it's really tasty. And so, how do you get a goose to develop a fatty liver? There's a very specific process to do this, and doctors have known about this, not doctors, God bless America. Farmers have known how to do this for hundreds of years. It's very simple. You basically shove a tube down the goose's throat and you force feed the goose certain foods that promote fatty liver development. Now, I'm not going to tell you right off the bat which foods you feed the goose to make his liver deposit fat in there. I want to play a little mental game with you and to try to teach you something. So, what the American Diabetic Association and the American Heart Association might tell us is if you want to give a goose fatty liver, then you should feed him ribeye and butter and heavy cream, right? Because eating fat makes you fat. And so I'm sure that if you fed the duck ribeye, it would give him a fatty liver, right? So any farmers out there who know about how to give a goose fatty liver know that that's ridiculous. That would never work. First of all, it'd be too expensive. And second of all, the goose wouldn't get a fatty liver. So no, feeding the goose fat is not how you give a goose fatty liver. And also feeding human beings fat is not how you give them fatty liver. Okay. In order to make a goose have a fatty liver, you shove a tube down his throat and you force feed him corn. Corn. Yeah, corn. Not grass, not broccoli, not butter, none of that. You feed him corn because corn is very high in fructose. And you may have heard of something called high fructose corn syrup. Any corn has fructose in it as one of the major sugars in the corn. Your liver will turn that quickly into triglycerides and store that right there in the liver. That's how you give a goose fatty liver. It's also how you give a human being fatty liver is by eating or drinking lots of fructose. And so you think, well, gosh, soft drinks, they have fructose in them. I bet they would give you fatty liver. Yeah, you're right, they would. But what a lot of people don't realize is those organic, freshly squeezed fruit juices are also sky high in fructose, and they will give you fatty liver if you drink them daily, thinking that they're a health food. So anything that will increase your ingestion of sugars or fructose can give you fatty liver. It's not eating fat, it's not eating ribeye, it's not eating liver, it's none of those things. It's eating and drinking sugars. That's what gives you a fatty liver. Now, in a fatty liver in a goose, that's actually makes us happy because we get the foie gras and it's delicious and we're happy about that. But when a human being gets a fatty liver, it can lead to insulin resistance, it can lead to type 2 diabetes, it can even lead to liver failure. There are people on the liver transplant list right now, and they started with a fatty liver from drinking too much Coke and fruit juices and eating too much sugar and starches. It's actually becoming the leading cause of people being on the liver transplant list. It's not hepatitis C, it's not alcohol abuse. Both of those things are very, very bad for your liver. And so, if you're a heavy drinker, you really need to cut down on that as well. But the reason I'm harping on the sugar so much is people just don't realize how dangerous and how bad it is. It can literally put you on the liver transplant list. Okay, so now you know a little bit more about fatty liver and how to create it in a goose and how to create it in yourself. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to hear more like it, please take a second and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Please share this on your social media so that your brother, your sister, your friend can also not have fatty liver and liver failure later in life. Help me help them. And also, if you really enjoy my videos and you'd like to help me personally, I have a Patreon page where you can go and you can give me $1 a month. It's not a big deal, but it just helps me have more free time to make these videos for you. This is Dr. Berry. I'll see you next time.